Hello, my friend, and welcome to Fantasy Turf War. I am your commissioner, Cory, and finally, we are here. We have been working towards this day for so long, but today, the league has finally come together. For those of you who are new listeners, welcome. Here's a quick recap of how Fantasy Turf War works. 64 teams are divided into 4 divisions of 16. Each division plays head-to-head against each other each week, just like any other league. At the end of week 14, the top 2 teams from each division are ranked and seeded into a 3-week playoff bracket. The championship game is then played on NFL's week 17. Last week, we had shared on our live show that we have locked in our 64 teams. Today, we're going to reveal our power rankings, and we're going to decide who is going to be in what division. Since it's our inaugural season, we needed a way to rack and stack everyone. We want the divisions to be fairly balanced, so we created power rankings. When signing all the teams up, we had them provide us with various pieces of information. This information included how many years of fantasy football they've played, as well as all of their social media links. We then put a point value to each of them. As you can see, we have applied a 0.5 point ratio to every year played and 1 point for every social link registered. So that's their website, their YouTube, their Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, yada, yada, yada. You get it. The example here we have is that someone played 10 years and they have 5 social media links. That would equal 5 plus 5, 10 points. Makes sense. That's how we did it this year. Now let's see where everyone landed. All right, so before we get started, some of these teams are not going to look familiar just because we haven't officially announced them yet, but due to timing constraints, we had to just start rolling with this, so I'll try and explain who's who as we go through this, but we're going to start from the bottom, and we'll end up at number 1. So all the way down in team 59 to 64, these are mystery teams that have registered. I am working to get all of the registration done, but can confirm that they have no points, so for all purposes, they are all at the bottom. Coming in at 58, we have Alessandra Robinson. She was one of the first teams announced. Eric Lund is a team that we have not announced. He is a paleontologist out of Raleigh. He's actually out in the field right now. He won't be back until right before the draft. Coming in at 56, Andy Schiffer, Big Andy Media. 55, Stephanie Santana. 54, Nichelle Halleck. 53, Jordan Short. 52, Jay Harper. 51, Ryan Carr. 50, Christina Gomez. 49, Eric Arena. That's our bottom 16. Moving on to the next one, we have 48 is Cardiacs. 47, Julius Adams. 46, Susan. 45, Zachary Fisher. 44, Timothy Trilk. 43, Nick Nichols. 42, Floyd Beard. 41, Talon Van Horn. 40 is our host, Lauren Hill. 39, Richard Falls. 38, Casey Woolley. 37, Soleil Burmart. 36, Benjamin Fisher. 35, Evan Kokosinski. We haven't done his interview yet, so I apologize if I messed that last name up. 34, Renee Neal. 33, Desmond Ordonez, our first interview out the door. Hopefully he realizes we're at 64 teams. 32, Pastor Jack. 31, Chet Atkins. 30, Jeff C. 29, Matt Josephs. 28, Alex Kaplan. 27, Don Hall. 26, T.I., Jonathan Mohan. 25, Matthew Brown. 24, Charles Carswell. 23, Scott Habib. 22, Ryan Gilmartin. That's Gilly. 21, Tank. 20, DJ Dove, JJ Wang, Fantasy Couriers. 19, Matt Metzbauser from Team Ohana. 18, Matthew Brandon, Full-Time Fantasy. 17, Casey Garcia. All right, here we go, top 16. Top 16, Zach Brunner. 15, Kurt Swilly. 14, Dan Brown Jr., The Everyman. 13, Matthew Rummick. 12, Adam Marino. 11, Vegas Matty. 10, Matthew Ane, our other host. Coming in at number 9, Sean Petnati. 8, Michael Crystal. 7, Mark Manzella. 6, Eddie Frias, Kamishkit. Number 5, Jeffrey Demers, Downfield Reed. Number 4, Joe Knight. Coming in at number 3, Jesse Grund. over at Unconventional Strength. And number 2, Shelter Dogs for Veterans, Cameron Bassett. And number 1, the number 1 ranked going into the season, Dennis Tresca from Rad Dads. So there you go. So here's what we've done. We've taken all of our 64 teams and we've broken them into groups of 8 based on their power ranking. So top 8, then the next 8, then the next 8, you get it. We then put them into heats, and we are going to race them in something called 100-yard rush. Shout out to them over at 100yardrush.com. It's an awesome site. We have gone through and simulated, and we'll play them out live here for you, and then we'll break down who's in what division. So when someone finishes the race, depending on where they finish is what division they end up being in. So first, second, third, fourth is division 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8 is 1, 2, 3, 4 again. So first and fifth go into division 1, 2, and 6 go into division 2, so on and so forth. All right, let's take a look at heat number 1. Here we go. Remember, this is the top 8. And for those of you not familiar with this site, I have absolutely no control over the settings. It's all just completely randomized. I type in the names and the settings, and I just hit go, and it just races for me. So this is completely random, and I can put in the links to this video so that everyone can watch it for themselves. You can actually replay it as much as you want. Two, 3, 4, 5. Who's gonna finish 6? Mark Manzella. All right, there's your results. Heat number 1. Let's take a look at heat number 2. That's 9 through 16. Remember, 1, 2, 3, 4 is going into division 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8 goes 1, 2, 3, 4 again on the divisions there. 3, 2, 1, and they're off. Just wait till next year when we make you guys do a real 100-yard dash. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and Casey. 8. There we go. Heat number 2. All right, let's take a look at number 3. Again, this is 17 to 24. Three, 2, 1, let's go. Oh, Fantasy Couriers, you're running off the slow there. Don Hall's out in front. Man, he's running away with this thing. Jeez. All right, clear first. Number 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. Tank for number 7. And Fantasy Couriers. They didn't eat their Wheaties today. All right. Heat number 4, 25 to 32 on the rankings there. Let's get it. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Pretty even race so far. Jeff C. Jeff C out in front. And he's got the 1 spot. Got number 2, number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and Renee's coming up for number 8. Uh-oh. Come on, Renee. You can do it. There we go. Alright, next heat. Here we go. This is 41 to 48. One. Let's go. No pressure, Lauren. Uh-oh, Cardiac's just falling behind there. Oh, maybe not. Just gonna take the 1. Floyd. 2, 3, 4. What happened, Lauren? 5, 6, 7, and Cardiac's is gonna finish 8th. I think it's like 30 yards back from everybody else, Cardiacs. Just saying. Two, 1. Rooting for Boba Sensei here just because I'm thirsty. Come on, Boba. Stats on stats. Jordan, I know you're faster than that. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5. Close. 6, 7, 8. Right. Next heat, here we go. All the mystery teams, the paleontologist, and Alessandro Robinson. I'm sure by the time this airs, those mystery teams will be revealed and filled in, except for 1. I know we're holding back on them on purpose. Clear runaway right now. Here we go. 1, guys. 5, 6. There we go. And team 50. There we go. Firing it out. All right, now this is heat number 8. So before we get started on this one, there were some requests. There was actually 4 requests to partner up teams in the league so that they could play with their friends or their partners or whatever the case may be. So we have 8 people running on this heat. With the duo, whoever finishes first will determine their division number. So we'll just bear with me, but we're gonna let the 8 run just like everyone else. There's the Fisher brothers. Where are they going to land? Gilly, Rick Nichols. There's the duo. Casey, Matt Brown. T.I., Adam Marino. Alright, that one's a little confusing, so we'll explain it here. And the results popped up really weird too. So Magical Memories, Casey and his partner, Total Apex, they'll be in Division 1. Sports Idiot Nation, which is TI, and Influencer TV will be Division 2. Saturdays in the Swamp finished 4th, but the 3rd grouping overall, so they'll be Division 3 with Nick Nichols at Relatively Uncharted, and then following up in Division 4 would be the Fisher Brothers and Dragons Horde and Benjamin Fisher. All right, so let's recap. I'm not going to run through all the names, but here's Division 1 for you. Notable here is, of course, Joe Knight, Vegas Maddie, South Harmon, big contenders there. Sean Petnati, Casey Woolley. Division 2, we have Shelter Dogs for Veterans, Dan Brown Jr., the Everyman, of course, Influencer Nation and TI. Those are some bigger names there and contenders. Full-Time Fantasy, of course, they're hosting our services this year, so I think they're absolutely a contender. So let's see. Division 3, you have the number 1 ranking overall going into the season. So you have Rad Dads with Dennis, and of course you have Tank Talk, Flurry Sports, Kamish Kit, Gridiron Goddess. You got some big names in there. And then rounding out Division 4, you've got Jeffrey Demers out in Division 4 with Matthew Ane. I think those are 2 very big teams. You got Jesse Grund, and the Fantasy Couriers as well. So overall, I think all 4 divisions are evenly stacked, equally competitive. That's going to do it for our divisions episode. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. It's interesting to see now that we have our 4 divisions figured out. Now we get to determine the draft order and draft method. And this is where the fun begins. So I will see you all next time. See ya.